bands coming in. Ladies and gentlemen, for those of you unfamiliar with TGL, here are the bands and picks. Monster band first, Hunter class is selected, then a Hunter from that class is banned, then a Hunter from that class is picked. Repeat for all Hunter classes, Monster picked last, so they can see what they're going up against in terms of the 4 Hunters. The first Monster band is... Do you see the chat right now, Seeds, or if you don't, take a guess?
It's going to be Kraken right now, which...
Oh my god, you should play the lottery. It's going to be Kraken coming up. Banned. Not coming up, I should say. Kraken has been banned, and the Medic is going to be picked up next. Val has been banned.
So Kraken, Val, and Griffin are the most common bans right now. Between all the bans that have been getting done, it's going to be Kraken, Val.
Kraken, Griffin, Val, and maybe Sunny coming in 4th.
Yeah, Sunny's getting there. She's been getting banned a lot today.
Kyra coming in. I feel like Moiserus was the one who developed the TGL rule set because he specifically designed these rules. So Val is always banned, thus Kyra is always picked. That's what's happened, I think, in every match today, if not almost every match. But Kraken has been banned. Medic picked next. Val banned. Kyra coming in. Support. Sunny banned. Hank coming in. Back to the old days. We got Hank, Kyra coming in hot. Trapper, banned Crow, and they're going to pick Jack. Let's see. Trapper, Crow has been banned. We've seen Crow and Jack be the only banned and picked Hunters today. So actually, no, Griffin as well. So we might see Griffin.
I don't know. We could see Griffin. We could see... There it is. I was actually expecting Jack, but no, it is going to be Abe. Which... One thing that is noted a lot that it needs to be such a critical thing, especially against Goliath players, which I think is what they're looking for with Inspector Cabot, is that they're looking for some additional control. With Abe, there is the ability that if you switch between your Abe stasis and your primary gun, and then you switch back to your stasis quick, if you're fast enough and skilled enough, you can actually do it so fast you can get all your stasis grenades out in about 3.5 to 4 seconds. That is such an ability way to...
output.
Oh yeah, then you're on damage until your stasis grenades are done, and it's like, okay, ding, 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 ding. Oh, let me get out my other ones. A full clip of damage, and you go ding, 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 ding. You get out your stasis grenades again. Especially with the recent change to their AoE. Actually, no, sorry, I think it's 2.5 to 3 seconds now, because of the change from 5 down to 3, right?
The stasis nades, yeah.
Yeah,
because
of that, yeah.
The decrease in stasis nades 3 to 5, of course, they had to compensate in the range of the stasis nades as well. All right, looks like Torvald for Assault has been banned, and Markov is the final pick. So the bans are as follows. Kraken, Val, Sunny, Crow, and Torvald. Torvald very often being banned. Val and Sunny and Kraken also very, very typical bans. Crow being banned. This is the first week where Griffin wasn't banned 100% of the time in TGL history. And the picks. Kyra, Hank, Standard, OG, Team Comp coming in right there. Abe to slow down the monster. Real annoying to walk through those larger radius stasis nades. And Markov is a very safe pick. Versus Dylan Frey's Goliath. Once again, rocking that Goliath because Kraken was banned. I think all these monster players have been practicing Goliath behind the scenes because they saw the Kraken.
It seems like it's always getting picked. It's just non-stop, just going to be Goliath, 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 Goliath. And there's, like, as I mentioned earlier, the extra benefit of playing Goliath right now is the variation option. Because even if they ban Goliath, they're also going to have Meteor Goliath as an option. So you're constantly going to have a Goliath option available to you. So that's where players like Deanime and Dylan Fry now have the advantage. Instead of being a Kraken main, because there isn't a Kraken variant yet, there might be one in the future. I don't know. I hope so. Could you, like, alright, theory craft time right now. What would you put for the the Kraken variant?
I don't want the Total Rock Police to show up at my... No, I'm kidding. I know nothing of an incoming Kraken variant. Let's see. I want Thunderbolt, Thunder, Quick Attack, and...
Are we making it a Pikachu?
Yes, Kraken will become a Pikachu. Those are his 4 new abilities. Right there. Double team on the Kraken. Now, that's just going to be kind of annoying, actually.
Oh man, double Kraken? It's like Decoy, but on crack. But yeah, so we are going into the game right now. That would be pretty sick, though, if Pikachu just make it just Pikachu!
Yeah, copyright strikes 4 days.
No, just make the lightning strike that he just does it on himself, and he does like an aftershock, like the animation, just a lightning bolt just comes down.
I wonder if there's a way to edit the PC files so that every time Kraken uses lightning strike, it makes a Pikachu sound.
Alright, you PC modders out there, make it happen. I want to see this.
Someone do it. Might be a little difficult.
Don't make it bannable, though. Don't make anything else change. Just make it cosmetic. We don't want people getting ban-hammered.
Can you get ban-hammered for making the Kraken sound like Pikachu? I don't think so.
If you modify game files, they usually get upset. So it's one of those things. If they modify anything other than cosmetic stuff, that's it starts getting questionable.
Do at your own risk.
Yes, do it at your own risk.
Maybe I'll just hook up a soundboard to my computer and just push a Pikachu button every time I.
There you go. That'll work. Make it like whenever you press like 3, it does like Pika.
And hop in. That's enough Pokemon talk for today. Somehow, every time I'm casting, I manage to slip that in every single round. We could do that as with Markov as well. Anyway, somehow every time I cast, I eventually end up talking about Pokemon. And
he'd be like a Jolteon, wouldn't he?
I could be, yeah.
Or maybe like a Voltorb or an Electrode. He is kind of fat and pudgy.
Yeah, you know, I could see a Markov Pokeball skin coming out.
There we go.
He's got the red color scheme to him too already.
Oh yeah. So we're getting into this now. We do have Dylan Fry, of course, still on Goliath going into the next round. It is currently 2-1 in favor of the Dildozers. We have Inspector Kavitz looking to get the win here, so coming through with a Markov, Abe, Hank, Kyra, which is highly defensive, but also, you know, they're going to be able to use those stasis range a little bit more effectively, and it's a nice change to be able to see them being able to put it. It'll be interesting to see how they do with generic on Abe. But as we are going into this right now, we are actually seeing that the picks right now for Goliath in regards to his abilities, we're going with mobility, with Leap Smash, Flame Breath, Charge, which is kind of his staple at this point. And he is changing up his route from the standard, so he's going up a little bit to the west as he goes up north, looking to get a little bit more meats, but he isn't going to be going YOLO Speed Evolve. He's looking to finish up, and he's getting birds right off the get-go. Holy.
The hunters are going to know exactly which direction he's going. The reason Dylan Frey is taking this route, a lot of food, but the hunters know that there's a lot of food this way and are going to be beelining to his evolved position, which is going to be a little bit more on the northeastern part of the map. Once he cuts across, he'll have a couple more mammoth birds and striders that he can feast up upon to finish off his stage 1. What do we got here on the hunter picks? I'm going to call him out again, though. Kyra. Oh, actually, I was going to be wrong. So I was going to get all of these. Now, I didn't even say them out loud, so the chat's going to be like, no, Nikki wasn't going to get them right. He's not psychic. But I was going to predict movement speed Markov, reload Kyra, jetpack Abe, and, of course, Dylan Frey damage, because Dylan Frey's damage is what he took last round. But the one I was going to get wrong is reload on Hank, yeah.
But yeah, reload on Hank is something that, or it's actually interesting to see them choosing this difference between reload and, you know, going with capacity. The benefit of reload is that if you stop in between hits, you're not doing a full shield, so the RT going to take a little bit of damage, but Kyra should be able to heal that. In theory, crafting-wise, it is better, but it's one of those things that you have to be perfect in execution in order to be able to pull it off. So it would be interesting to see if they're able to do that. You know, they are getting shocked a little bit. But as we're also looking at the Trapper's choosing again to go with jetpack, so he wants to be able to get height, get those darts in, and keep him not only tracking darted, but also stasis, and he wants to be able to dodge and evade. Markov going with the movement speed is kind of just a standard because he wants to be able to get in position and not rely on his jetpack as heavily, so that way he can use it for evasion when needed, or blocking, if that's the key thing. He is putting up his mines to get himself, to make sure that the monster isn't able to jump on anyone so his teammates are protected. And that was actually cute. Did you see that right there? Just where he stealthed right under the building to keep himself protected from the orbital. Mines up on the high ground, going to be eating him, and he eats that to the face. Burned down.
He's saving that flamethrower to get those mines off the field, not going for a stage 1 down penalty like he did last round. This dome's a lot better for the hunters than the previous dome we saw on Orbital Drill to start things off. Got a lot more room for the hunters to shoot at him, and a lot less area that Dylan Frey can hide. I don't actually think he has any loops whatsoever, just trying to use these houses as cover before the dome goes offline and he tries to escape to hit stage 2. He is full energy armor. Quickly being torn off, though. He might lose it and take a light amount of... Oh, my God. Why did you jump into that, Dylan Frey? Those are not healthy. You do not want to step in those landmines. Of course, they are developed, have been developed by the Martians to damage large wildlife. On the run here, going down the river, Dylan Frey is just going to try to make as much distance as he can. That dome is on a 70-second cooldown, and thus the monster is going to be able to get away and evolve and eat up a little bit before the dome comes back online. So the move here is probably going to go evolve Reaver Caves.
Probably, or he might go down to the west. Or never mind, I guess. Never mind that
Okay,
idea.
just threw it in the water. Whatever. There's no Hank in play right now anyway, so don't worry about it.
Oh,
Actually, Hank's not going to get that orbital in.
He broke line of sight, so he's not going to be able to get the orbital in, which is like a key factor. If the Hank can't get line of sight, he can't call down the orbital, right? He can't just be like, hey, call it down on this position on the map. So, I don't know. It's just crazy to think that, like, just a small step like that can be able to protect yourself from such a long distance. But right now we do see him going up through caves. He's going to be heading back up to town, which this area up here where he was at earlier is what's referred to as town on this map, in case you don't know the callouts. But he's just going to get up his armor, get up his food, get everything on, go right past the Crowbill slot. Doesn't want to engage it. He wants the Hunter team to have to slow down and fight that thing if they choose to chase him. So we're going to see where that Reaver pack actually went back. They're in the caves. Lightning actually bouncing to not only the Reavers, but the Trap Jaws. Flame being used on Generic, trying to get through it. Here comes the burn, going to be going right in through on Generic. Wants the strike right now immediately. No more shields coming out. Here comes the Orbital Barrage, going to be thrown out. Connects on one shot. Generic, however, is getting low. Heals coming out from Thonar, going to be keeping him up. Not quite enough, and down goes Generic. First strike being thrown out. Here comes the shields and everything, trying to get it up. They're going to have to pick him up very quickly. Assault's in a great position to do that. Shields coming out from Monkeybot, keeping Thonar alive. Thonar's going to be running back to the mine for protection. Not quite able to get there, though. Gets knocked to the side. Thonar's going to get leaped down, knocked down, and smited into the ground. As right now we do have Generic is still on the ground, and we have Monkeybot getting fought, getting really low, down to 1 HP.
Personal shield is up, though. Our assault and support are the last ones standing. One health on the support. Support goes down. Everyone is down and out right now, except Kyra back up on her feet. And Markov at extremely low health. His personal shield is offline. He's got to shoot Kyra free. And Kyra's just going to go down in a second to the flamethrower. Markov about to also eat the dirt. Looks like this is going to be a win for Dylan Frey in just a moment. Not much Markov can do. I doubt he can kite for like 2 minutes coming in here. And that is going to be, once again, a win in favor of Dylan Frey on the Dildozers. Now making it 3-1 because I am a caster who can do basic math. I'm actually not sure right now because it's a little bit difficult to see things on Skype sometimes. But I think Thonar missed a couple of healing grenades on himself right there, shooting him just a little bit too far forward, and thus did not heal himself and went down. Monkeybot also could not shield Abe there at the beginning of that engagement well enough, and Abe went down. Unfortunately, that is what happens when you have a lack of capacity. Lack of capacity means it's easier to tear through your shields. Monster focused right through Hank's shield and managed to get the down penalty on Hank. Once Hank went down, Kyra went down, and Kyra dies, you all die. Didn't go so well for the Sunner squad this round. Reload, though, the benefit to reload on Hank is more orbitals. There was only one orbital dropped in that final confrontation. They did not survive long enough to drop a second one. So Monkeybot would have pretty much been better off right there, choosing capacity to try to keep his teammates alive just a little bit longer. That reload on the shield did not bring the shield back soon enough. So that is going to be 3-1 in favor of the Dildozers, with 2 monster wins coming out from Dylan Frey. Monster wins are not something that you see every day nowadays, and Dylan Frey managed to take home 2 of them for his team, moving them on in the bracket.
And it's interesting to see just how things went in regards to changing it up, and just the ability of the damage perk, forcing it in, getting him that extra wins and getting them extra damage, because we just saw the health lines just flatline when he re-engaged on there, which means that Dildozers are going to be getting this win. We're waiting for the webpage to update, because he's still got to input the scores, get it all confirmed. But yeah, Dildozers will get the win with the final score of 3-1 in the best of 5, so that'll take care of that. They're going into the next round, which means it's going to be Dildozers versus JSMS, or Jamais Seulement Saucisson, I believe is how you say the name. If I'm wrong...
Wow, that's pretty good, dude.
No one's told me I'm wrong, so I'm just going to keep saying it.
I've always just said JSMS because I don't speak French whatsoever, but if I didn't know that you did, I don't even know if you speak French. It sounds like you speak French to me.
I don't speak real French. I speak a little bit of Quebecois French. It is not real French.
I don't even know what that means, so you speak real French to me.
Well, and like in France, there's Imperial French, and then there's like Quebec French, which is kind of like butchered French. It's like... if you speak to a Frenchman, if you listen to the baguette, if you ever hear Cyril talk, it sounds beautiful and wonderful. Then you hear Quebecois French. I don't know. But that's at least what the people in France tell me anyway.
French talk, ladies and gentlemen.
But yeah, so we are going in. That'll give it, and there's the update for you. Website getting all the information. So that'll give you the 3-1 victory, which means it's going to be Dildozers versus JSMS getting into the next round. In the meantime, guys, thanks to everyone that was playing the game. Thanks for Inspector Cap for participating. Come back next week, and we can get you into the next round because that's the next qualifier, right? Is next weekend?
Yep, Saturday for the